going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building. If y'all are here, y'all can hear me clearly. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me get a couple of more ones, y'all. Need to make sure y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Drop y'all ones in the chat. Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to everyone in the building. And of course, we are back right here on Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way and hit that like button and share today's show. Hit that like button and share today's show. Let me share today's show out. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share today's show. Share it on y'all community tabs, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that you share content. Share today's show. Share today's show. Share today's show because we're going to talk about this today. We're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. We are going to get into it. This will be the last, maybe the last live show of this year, 2023. Shout out to everyone who has supported this channel this year. If you are a new supporter, I appreciate y'all. This might be the last live. I definitely got some more videos coming up. Y'all stay tuned for that. But this might be the last live show. The last live show of the year. The last live show of 2023. We definitely gonna get into it. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share today's show because we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. We're gonna go into this. Coming into the new year, we're gonna go into this, fellas. We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Shout out to everyone in the building. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building. Shout out to my man Bob. Salute, Bob. Shout out to my man Boot Camp in the building. What's good, Boot Camp? Salute, Cuzzo. Shout out to Cuzzo in the building. Salute. Hey, Miss Camille. Good to see you, sweetheart. Good to see you. Shout out to you. Glad you're in the building. See who else is in the building. Shout out to my man T Church. What up, T Church? What up, T Church? Hey, New York Nikki, how you doing? Shout out to Miss New York Nikki in the building. Hey, Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole on the check-in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Always coming through and holding down the chat. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. What up, Cleveland? Shout out to Cleveland in the building. See who else is in the building. Salute, salute. Let me put the tip in. Salute, bro. What's good? What's good? Hey, Cece. Shout out to Miss Cece Trucker. What's going on with you, Cece? Shout out to you. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that share button. We're going to get into it today. We got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. No, the live is not over. Nah, the live is not over. Nah, the live is not over. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Shout out to my man Alonzo in the building. Salute, bro. Salute. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. We got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. The links is going across the screen. Support today's show. Support today's show. Support the show, y'all. Support the show. The links is going across the screen. We have to talk about this. Everybody's been, speaking about TD Jakes. Y'all heard me speak about it on the last show. If y'all haven't yet, go and check out the last show. It was an impromptu show, but I definitely had to talk about it. So go and check that out. But everybody's been speaking on the TD Jakes allegations, right? And the things that's been going on allegedly, right? Hey, YouTube cameras, what's going on? Got you, Cece. I appreciate it. Right. And, you know, after we tell our jokes and, you know, we get into all of that, right? The entertainment part of it, right? New York Nikki says he flagged Storm Monroe's channel. Yeah, he be flagging. He be flagging. But we're gonna go into it today. See, because he's not gonna be able to flag this. Because I'm not gonna play any of his content. I could put you on a thumbnail. You a public figure. I could put you on a thumbnail. So he can't flag me. We're gonna talk about this today because what has allegedly happened, right? It still has opened up a whole nother conversation that I think a lot of men should be having. And not specifically just about the things that he is allegedly being accused of, right? But in particular, shout out to my man Ruben. What up, Ruben? Right? But in particular, why these allegations keep popping up when it comes to black men and leadership. See, this is the conversation that I think that has come out of this that we don't want to have. See, we could get up here, we could crack the jokes, we could say all of this stuff, right? But we need to address the elephant in the room. Why does this stuff keep popping up when it comes to black men in leadership positions? You see? This calls for a whole nother conversation. See, because remember, it's a spiritual war. All this stuff go back to what? Spiritual value. You see? So we need to ask the question, why does this stuff keep popping up when it's coming to black men in leadership? Black men who are in high positions, black men who have been quote unquote ordained or appointed to be in these positions of leadership. Why do these things keep popping up? It didn't just pop up with TD Jakes. These things are not new, brothers. True or false? Sound off in the chat room. Sound off in the chat room. Are these allegations new when it comes to black men in leadership? What up, Mark? Happy holidays, bro. You see, because coming into 2024, right? It's time for us to go into a whole nother. We got to go in a whole nother direction with this conversation. It's time to really lock down and focus up because it's getting real out here. See, whether y'all paying attention or not, brothers, all this shit that we try to hide behind, that we try to make so real and relevant to ourselves, all of that shit is starting to break away. All of that shit is starting to dissipate. All of that shit is starting not to matter. Y'all don't notice that? The stuff that we try to say is what we need to be focused on as men. Y'all don't notice how the banks are in trouble? All the markets are crashing, housing markets, all of these different things are crashing. The world system, the shit that men hold the most value to, is all dying. Are y'all paying attention? All the shit that we hold value to, all the shit that we think make us men, is dying. You don't see it? It's dying in the world. All that designer shit. We finding out all that designer shit the rappers are wearing are fake. It's all replicas. All that shit come from China. It's all replicated. We're finding out all of the diamonds are not real. All of the Rolexes are fake. This y'all don't see what's going on? Y'all don't see what's going on? The chicks with the BBLs getting diseases, getting sick. Chicks taking this shit out their body now. All the stuff that man try to say, this is what we need to be about. This is how we need to be living. This is what we need to be focused on. All that shit is slowly going away. All of it is going away. You don't notice it? Hey, Jasmine, how you doing? Young Reyes, shoot, salute. What up, Young Reyes? Y'all don't notice this? Y'all don't notice this? It's going away. You see? And it's going away. And a lot of black men don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it because of failed leadership. The men who are in positions who have neglected their position, who have neglected their post, neglected their responsibilities. These men are being punished. These men are being punished. You see? These men are being punished because these men like T.D. Jakes, right? Men like T.D. Jakes have neglected their responsibility. We're not talking about what he done for people material wise. See, we're not talking about that. See, this is the problem. And this is why we have to have this conversation, because this is the real reason why real black men left the church. This is why you got a goddamn fruit booty house. This is why you got jangalang in the house, in the church house today. This is why real stand-up black men left. Because of failed leadership and how failed leaders were allowed to stay. And they try to force real men to stand behind them and to protect them and to uphold their reputations. And if you ever speak up about it, something wrong with you. You see? It's because of people like T.D. Jakes who could still stand in the pulpit because of the people who hold them up. Right? This is why you have what you have going on today. This is the real reason why black men left the church. Because when we see wrong and the men try to correct men, it's not respected in that house. These leaders were able to set up within the church groups that he can use as control opposition to keep his wicked ass in position of power, like niggas do in the world. Like niggas do in the world. This is what a lot of these men do when they get in the church. And you got guys that come from out the street who know all about those tactics, and when they come in church, they see that shit. And they don't leave right away. They stay for a while because they want to see just what's going to happen. If anybody going to say anything, and even sometimes they speak up about it. And nothing happens. Oh, don't worry about it. Just pray about it. Oh, don't worry. Things will change. Just pray. Oh, no, he's a great man. He'll never do that. And you wonder why the church house is filled with women, right? Women who are thirsty for leadership, right? And a bunch of confused, lost men. Men in there who don't even identify as men. You hear them. You heard them. You heard them on Christmas when old T.D. Jakes was up there. You heard him. You heard him in the crowd. You ain't hear no real men up there. You didn't hear no real men in the background cheering on T.D. Jakes because they wasn't in there. They wasn't in there. Because real men not going to stand behind a man like T.D. Jakes. Yeah, I said it. because I'm not going to stand behind you, even if you got those allegations, until you come and you address them. You see? And on Christmas Day, he didn't address nothing. He said, log off, it's lies. That's what that Negro said. True or false? Did he or did he not say, log off, those are lies? He didn't address nothing. And y'all accept this as leadership. You see the problem? See, real men not going to stand up and accept nothing like that. That's not good enough, sir. That's not going to get by with the brothers. You see, but he don't care about what real men think. He care about pandering to the people who pad his pockets. See, that's what he cared about. That's what he cared about. See, all he knew is he just had to bring a message out. All he had to do was get the church folk riled up on Christmas Day so they could give up some goddamn money. See, that's what he did. I ain't even addressing nothing. What I look like talking about this on the Lord's Day. You see what he did? You see what he did? When it is our job to hold one another accountable. How is the leader, how is your leader not accountable to you? Now, some of y'all been praying to God for stuff for years and believing God to make it happen. So you hold God accountable to his word in the Bible. You hold him accountable, but you won't hold TD Jakes accountable. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Failed leadership. You do not hold these men, right, as church folk accountable. He's y'all shepherd. He has to come before God and the people and humble himself and tell the truth. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to correct the story. He's supposed to tell the truth. Because what? You tell the truth to do what? He didn't do that. He didn't do that. This has been going on for a long time. See, you want the black men in the street, they got to hold themselves accountable for messing up the neighborhood, selling drugs, gang banging, and messing up the neighborhoods. Those black men got to hold themselves accountable when they go to prison and all of those things, right? But what about these nasty creeps that fashion themselves as men of God who are nothing but worldly men, and y'all allow these men to pillage the community, to destroy men and women's lives spiritually, What about them? What about them? And then when men want to change their life, right? And they want to be a part of something that really matters to them. They want to change. They want something better. They run into guys like this who is just as bad, or if not worse, than the niggas they was buying drugs from, than the niggas they was buying guns from. And then you wonder why men always got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Because the nigga standing up there got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So you want me to commit and you have it. You want me to go all in as a man, and I know you have it, nigga. I know you have it. But you want me to go all in and follow you because you said God is speaking through you. You want me to trust you. You want me to trust God to trust you. But you not even transparent enough to say what you going through, to say what you battling. You see that? You not that honest. So if you ain't honest to me, how you honest to God, nigga? You ain't honest to little old me. So how you honest to God? So how can I trust what you say and come from God? When you ain't went and told him your nasty secrets. But you want me to sit here and listen to you and think God's speaking through you? You want me to trust your leadership? You want me to get behind you and help you build something? You see why this the real reason why black men left the church. This the real reason why. This is why we want to stay in the street. Because when we come in the goddamn church, it's the streets. And the first sign that it's the goddamn streets is that nigga in the pulpit. You see that? Here you go. See, if I walk in the church and I see a nigga like this, I know where we at. I know where we at. I know. I walk in the goddamn church and I see a nigga like this, I know where we at. If I walk in the goddamn church and I see a nigga who dressed like this, aka Bishop Lamar Whitehead, I know where we at. We on the block. I'm missing money. Why am I here? Why am I on your block giving you money, nigga, when I could go back on my block and finish making my money? See, that's how, this is how men think about the church today. And that's not because we don't love God, we don't know God. No, ain't none of that. It's because of failed leadership. It's because of the men that's up there. It's because of the men that's there. That's why. So, nigga, I'm gonna stop making my money and come put money in your pocket, nigga. See, you can't forget mentalogical. You think a nigga don't know when he walk into a gaffle? Huh? Especially if you done been out there yourself. You know when you're listening to a pork neck preacher. Old ham bone nigga. You know. Old lying nigga. Men know. Like I said, if you've been out there, I'm not talking about if you went on the internet and read some conspiracy shit and these pictures and no, I'm talking about if you actually experienced this stuff. You actually interface with this stuff, not what you heard, not what you saw, what you actually encountered and was around. You know. You know when you see a goddamn pimp standing in the pulpit. This is the real reason why black men left the church. You wonder why ain't no men in the church? You wonder why it's women in the church doing everything? You wonder why there's no men in there? You wonder why? Because of failed leadership. The men who don't want to take responsibility and hold themselves accountable for this shit crumbling the way it is done, the way it has. How these men won't stand up against this shit. See, if a lot more y'all stood up and fought against the shit that we see, more men are come and join. More men are come and join. If you show leadership, real leadership, if you show masculinity, if you exhibit that, if I walk in your church house and I feel that, because masculinity is the energy. I'm not talking about faux masculinity. I'm not talking about that Jamal Bryant masculinity, that Christian Keys masculinity. I'm not talking about that Michael Todd masculinity. I ain't talking about that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real man shit. This man is about something. This man need men to help him. See, that's few far in between nowadays. This is why our brotherhood's still in the streets. See, you see? This is why our brotherhood is still our outlet. Our outlet is the streets. When our brotherhood is supposed to be in whatever religion we serve. Whatever religion you want to serve. We talking about the church. This is where the brotherhood's supposed to be, but it's in the street. Because when we look in the house, we see the same shit. And I'm not just talking about people, we're not talking about people having to be perfect. We're talking about the leadership running this shit like a street organization. This is what I'm talking about. They're running the church from a non-biblical perspective. They're running the church from an atheist perspective. And they think that the niggas from the street can't come in and see it. Where you think we just came from? What do you think we was just practicing? Out in the street. What you think niggas out in the street practicing? Satanism, atheism, occultism. And most of the modern day churches today practice the same shit. This is why we left the church. Not because we looking for nobody to be perfect. God damn, I walked in here and the devil, the goddamn heat is turned up in here. Damn. I thought I was going to come in here and get some relief. I thought I was going to come in here and have a real outlet. You brothers in here is just as even wicked, man. This is why Black men left the church. You see? Because then it became a fight for power, a fight for influence. Shout out to the OG Mace in the building. Bob says, I wanted to get paid, but I was expected to pay for an opportunity to get a dime. I saw that I was being used and left. I was put in debt following the tax return scheme. Mm, 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 mm. That was your experience, Bob? That was your experience, bro? Shout out to the OG Mace. Salute. You said you wanted to get paid, but I was expected to pay for an opportunity to get a dime. but look at how you got what you asked for, because you came into the situation just wanting to get paid. So you came into God's house with an ulterior motive. You didn't come into the house to receive God. You came in to receive money. See, you got to pay to play. You see, you got exactly what you asked for. You came in with negative energy and a bad spirit, and that's what you got back. And that's what you got back. You came in hustling and you got hustled. You got to watch what we doing, brothers. This is a spiritual war. You're not a victim. You're not a victim in that case, Bob. And I'm not saying you were saying that, because you could have just been making a statement. But in that situation, hey, hey, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all enjoying the show? Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show. Hit that like button and share the show. The links is going across the screen. The links is going across the stream. Please support today's show. Please support today's show. Mr. D in the building. Shout out to my man, Mr. D. I appreciate the super chat, bro. He says, from the church to YouTube, both are misleading the flock. Shout out to you, Mr. D. Salute. What's up, Oz? How you doing? DMW shot. Salute. Salute, salute. You see? But this is why. It's because of failed leadership. Failed leadership. All of these things that are coming out about Black men who are in leadership position, because that is what TD Jakes is. Regardless of what else you want to say, whatever jokes or whatever, he's still a Black man in leadership position, a high leadership position. And Black men, time after time after time, continue to show that we're not built for it. We are not spiritually, mentally, and emotionally not built for it. And it is because we're practicing the wrong stuff. And it is really because of our intention. See, we practice the wrong shit. See, all of that stuff is in the church today. Satanism, atheism, occultism, all that stuff is in the church now, and all in religions, and has always been in religions, because they know that most people are willing to do whatever they have to do to get out of their physical situation, your physical circumstance. You see? This is why they say the war is not fought on flesh and blood alone, but it's fought on principalities, because the negative and the evil forces understand that you being a human, right? And succumbing to your human desires, right? Is the gateway for those spirits to confuse you and to take over your life. You see? So if you want to fast track to success, even though you have another blueprint that you can follow, but it's not a fast track. It's a process. It's not a fast track. It's not an elevator. See, if you want the fast track to success, you begin to do things that will compromise you. And this is what Black men in leadership has done. And see, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this after the new year. The dark side of leadership, of Black male leadership. We're going to talk about this. Because now we understand that all the stuff y'all been hearing me speak about on my channel, if you are a day one supporter, back when I was DS1 Alliance, y'all have always heard me speak on these things. If you are in the chat, if you're in the clouds, and you know me in real life, you know I've been speaking on these things for years. See, now we all know that it's no longer a conspiracy theory. These are no longer conspiracy theories. Okay? Black men selling themselves is no longer a secret. It's no longer a conspiracy or hearsay. This stuff is real. Okay? But all of that ties into the real reason why the Black man left the church. The real Black man. Because we don't want to stand next to that. And we're not. And we're not. You see? See, Black men who are in leadership positions, we have lost, while we're in those positions, we've lost our way. See, we thought, oh, we were put in this position to be leaders in the world. To help lead people to success and prosperity. See, this is what happens with TD Jakes. This is what happened with Eddie Long, Creflo Dollar, all of these guys. This is what happened to them. They became worldly men in the name of God. They became world leaders in the name of God. They became worldly men. See, so now it's all about leading God's people to success. When God don't tell you no shit like that. He didn't tell his shepherds to lead his people to success. He said, you lead them to me. Not the goddamn success and prosperity. And going on spa trips. Where the men get together and start sleeping together. On these little spa trips and shit. Now y'all swapping wives and husbands. This is why we left. Because see, a dude from the street, he gonna look at that like, oh, this is how he get his money. This is his network. This is how he get his bag. Man, let me get up out of here. let me just remove myself from this. Because this is BS. Notice when TD Jake was up there on Christmas, right? What up, Melanin in Mind? Salute. He was up there on Christmas, right? G Willis, what up, G Willis? Shout out to my man, Dog Soldier. Salute, Dog Soldier. Shout out to Team Guardian in the building. Salute, salute. What up, UFO? Salute. Notice when he was up there on Christmas, right? He started talking about all the stuff he done for people. So you gotta watch people like that. What he done for people in the name of God. You gotta watch them type of people. In the name of God. In the name of the Lord. And notice how he was speaking. So you got to pay attention to context. See, he was saying in the name of God, in the name of the Lord. See, these are all titles. What God? What Lord? Say the name, nigga. Say the name. What he wasn't saying the name. I done help people get houses. All the houses I'm building. All the people I done put in new houses. People I done help fix their credit. People I done help change their life. Nigga, God ain't tell you to do all that, nigga. What you talking about? When God told you to change some, when God told you that he elected you and appointed you and anointed you to help people with their goddamn credit score, nigga. When that happened? Show me. What that say in the Bible? I'm listening. I help people get in the houses. Nigga, God ain't put you in that pulpit for that, nigga. What you talking about? What are you talking about? You know who put people in houses? Caldwell Banking. Caldwell. They put people in houses. Nigga, you work for God. What you talking about? You know who put people in houses? State Farm. You know who put people in houses? My man Alonzo Hall. He in the building. He could put you in the goddamn house. God ain't tell you that was your job, nigga. What are you talking about? You see? This is why real men left the church, because we could sniff shit like that out. Like, hold up. What is this dude talking about? He's sitting here jumping all over the point. He ain't addressed shit. He just got up there, moving all off the music, talking malarkey. Pure malarkey. Pure malarkey. And see, when men step up and say stuff like this, it's, oh, you're hating. Oh, you're not a man of God. Well, who are you? You're a non-believer. This man is this, and this is a man who's done this. And see? You see? See, because in the world today, just like even in most churches today, lies are louder than the truth. See, the nigga up there telling you a lie gonna matter more than the person that's telling you the truth, because more people believe the goddamn lie. You see how sick we are? You see how sick we are? See, people are gonna say, shut up, nigga. DS1, shut up. You don't know what you talk about, nigga. You talking about this God shit. Don't nobody want to hear this shit, nigga. Because there's only 53 people in the chat. But let it would have been 5,000 people in here. You niggas would have been like, oh, he got to be saying something because 5,000 people listening. You see how sick we are? You see how sick we are? And them 5,000 people could be listening to a goddamn lie, just like TD Jakes was sitting there lying to 10,000 people on Christmas Day. He was lying. He was lying. But since he had 10,000 people in there hooping and hollering and cheering him on, you would challenge the man who know he lying. You can't say he lying. Who are you? See how sick we are? You see how sick we are? That's a sickness. See how comfortable we done got to listening to lies? Failed leadership. Because we done got so used to failed leadership. We done got used to the charlatan. We done got used to the false prophet. That's just what we accept. Then when men stand up and tell the truth, it's nigga, what kind of car you drive? How much money you make? How many followers you got? Shut up. Don't nobody believe you. You clout chasing. When this nigga just sat in front of y'all on Christmas Day and lied in front of the people and God and then took y'all fucking money. And y'all had nothing. He lied in front of the people, God, and then took your money on Christmas. On Christmas. He asked for y'all money. On Christmas. Give me y'all money. See why real men are in the church? See, because when real men come into church, I'm delivered. I don't like men anymore. That gotta go. See, that's gonna have to go. It ain't gonna be no men in there wearing tights. You see? We don't care if that's your son, ma'am. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay? You're not going to jump up and start twerking, talking about you got the Holy Ghost. You will be escorted out of here. See, that when real men are around, there's order. That's why there's no order in the church. Because the real men were ran out because they wanted to hold true to what was right. So yes, we do call you out. Yes, you do owe us an explanation. Yes, you have to address these allegations. You got to tell the truth to shame the devil. Show us an attack. Show us it's an attack by the devil and it's not the truth. Show and prove. See that? See, that's too hard. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. You can't do that, right? Can't do that. Shout out to William Mason. Salute, bro. God chastised me, and I suffered from that and everything else in 2020. I haven't been in church since. I still love God and have much reverence for him. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, Bob. Ruben says in his case, God equals mammon. Mm-hmm. Club Fortune in the building. Salute. Salute, Club Fortune. He says, I thought you were supposed to do good deeds with glee and humility. Absolutely. Rainbow Realty. Lou Hawk, what up, Lou Hawk? He says, pass the plate. 1 million quarters equal 250K. What's up, Lou Hawk? What's going on? Khalif Brown, salute. Khalif says, first shall be last and the last shall be first. Salute, DS1. Salute, my brother. Salute to you. What's up, Aries? How you doing, Aries Queen? Outrageous TV. Salute, my brother. What's good, man? He says, our people like to be lied to. Salute, Bob. I appreciate the super chat, man. Super chat. I appreciate it, bro. Y'all support today's show. The links is going across the screen. I appreciate it. We love you, DS1 from NOLA. Man, shout out to New Orleans, man. Salute, salute, salute. I appreciate it, G. Willis. You see. But this is why. This is why. See, more than ever now, all of us, all men, and when I say men, I mean men and women, humans, but in particular, us as black men, a lot of us is starting to feel a shift in the world. We starting to change how we see life, how we see ourselves, and a lot of us is starting to remove ourselves from the temptations. Well, not remove ourselves from the temptation, but we're trying to not be worldly as much as anymore, because a lot of us has took a lot of losses in life that we think are just losses in life, but they're losses in life when you're living a worldly experience. This is why a lot of brothers is starting to move away from it. A lot of guys are starting to take their shahada. A lot of guys is starting to go to church. A lot of guys are starting to go back to church. A lot of guys are starting to go back to the mosque because they see the spiritual warfare. The spiritual warfare is amongst them and their friends. What do you think this backdoor stuff is about? It's a spiritual warfare amongst us. And guys are looking for a way out. But a lot of guys are afraid to go back to what they knew at one point failed them. Because a lot of us men, yes, we have been to church and that church has failed us. We've been to the mosque, that mosque has failed us. And we haven't went back because of that. This is why we got to change our intentions. You're not going back so some man can impress you to stay. See, this is like what I was telling Bob earlier, and I'm glad you understood what I was telling you, bro. Your intentions. See, if you want to go back, are you going back to have a relationship with God, or are you going back to have status amongst men? Hmm? Are you going back to have a relationship with God, or to learn more about having a better relationship with God, or are you just looking for a position amongst men? Because just like you could buy into the streets, you and your homies could put some money in on a pack. That go on in the church too. That go on in the mosque too. That go on in the synagogues too. Where you could put your money in and buy in favor, buy in influence, buy in say so. But also remember, when you do that, you got to protect the leader's bullshit. See, you can't call them out because you done bought into them. You see that? Just like in the streets. When the RICO law come, nigga, and they come get you, you can't talk because you part of the case. You part of the case. So be careful about your intentions. See, don't be talking shit about what's going on, and then you just want to get in there and repackage it the way you want it to look. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. You can't sell you can't sell no crack no more. So you gonna sell some church. Huh? Huh? You can't sell no weed no more. So you gonna sell a little church. Hmm. You gonna sell church. That's what you gonna do now. You gonna get in there and start selling the church. Because that's your job. That's your hustle. You see? So what make you any different? Your intention. Wherever's in the dark will come to light. Whatever's in the dark will come to light. Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all go check out that pre-record video I just dropped on Omi and a Hellcat. Whoremongering Destroys Men Part 2. Go and check that out. You see? That's the real reason why we left. That's why and we didn't just leave the church. Like I said, we left the mosque. We left all that. Because of what's going on in there. The men who are in power. The men who are in position. And some men left because they didn't get a chance to have position. And some of us left because we didn't like what was going on. I might as well be outside than to be up in here looking at this stuff. Why play in between the church and the street? I might as well just be in the street. I might as well just be in the street. That's why. That's why. You see? Hey, random woman, how you doing? Shout out to you. I appreciate your support. G Willis says, if you over 55, gotta feel your boy. You see? So this thing is, the conversation is a lot deeper than just speaking on TD Jakes and the allegations. It's bigger than speaking about Diddy and what he's being accused of. It's bigger than speaking about Jonathan Majors and just his situation. These situations open up a conversation about leadership and a problem that we have when it comes to leadership in Black men. How we don't take it as serious as we should. How we don't really understand the true importance of leadership. You see? See, in order to be a leader, you have to possess authority. But who gave man authority? So, what did he give you authority to do? He gave you authority to make a choice to control your worldly desires. See, you got to have authority over that too. You see? See, because if you don't have authority over these things, you're going to fail in leadership position. And men need help from God with those things. You see? Just like women need men to lean on to get through certain things and to understand certain things, we need God for those things that we deal with as men. I spoke on this in the stream where I spoke on the corn industry and black men and our addictions to corn. Y'all know what I mean. But see, if we don't have authority over our own carnal ways as men, right? The devil would then use those things to show that we're not fit to lead. This is spiritual warfare. They'll keep showing the world and showing our women and children, look how your dad is a failure. The devil's media will keep showing, look at the black man, look at black men. A young black girl, get used to seeing black men fail. Come be with us. Come divest. Come be with the devil. Because what they got for you, they going to lie to you. They going to cheat on you. They going to deceive you. They going to beat on you. So you might as well come be with us. You see? You might as well come be with the devil. Because you're already dealing with a devil in disguise. Do y'all see what's going on here? And we going to get more into this after the new year. We're going to get more into this next week. The dark side of black male leadership. We're going to talk about TD Jakes, Eddie Long. But today, I just had to set this premise on why we left the church, why real black men left the church. And why the church you see today is just nothing but a goddamn fun house. It's a goddamn fun house. If you know what I mean. You see? These things lead to failed leadership. And whether we want to agree with it or not, the world looks at us as a monolith. So when they see black men in high positions of leadership and they fail time after time after time after time, and then we want to have these conversations about why we should lead and why they should submit because we're leaders and all of that. But the examples that are shown on media, negative media portrayal, which is why I encourage the black men who have their own media channels to make us look better by representing yourself better, by having better conversations. But hey, I can't tell y'all what to do. But they're going to use it to highlight us in a negative way, to tell the next generation, so you see, he's the devil. It's not me. This is how the devil work. Then they could change. They can recontextualize things like they always like to do. and throw monkey wrenches in there and cause confusion until you just give up and say, oh, whatever. And you just accept whatever the world has to offer and you become of the world. Failed leadership denotes the lack of authority. Mhm. The lack of authority of what? Over the negative things, the things that will cause you to fail. You see? And men have saw this. And these men have not been allowed to speak on it. These men weren't allowed to be called out on it and to fix it. And this is why we are where we are. But it's going to start changing. It's getting ready to start changing. This is why the stuff is coming out. This is why you're starting to see a lot of black men trying to make their way back to God in any way that they see fit. I'm not here to correct you or none of that. But you see a lot of guys, a lot of your new drill rappers taking their shahadas. They're trying to find their way back to God some way, somehow. It's so it's happening. Out with the old and with the new. Garbage in, garbage out. But this is the real reason why. Real men left the church, man. G. Willis says this. That's why I appreciate you, DS1, calling these devils out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, G. Willis. Shout out to everyone in the building, man. Y'all support today's show. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out to all the visionaries in the building. Shout out to all my lovely mods for holding down the Chizat, too. Shout out to y'all. Empowerment Channel Inc. Salute. People have no clue how many families get destroyed by being too faithful to a mega church. Shout out to you, Empowerment Channel. DMW Shot says strongholds must be brought down. Absolutely. William Mason says absolutely. A man without self-control is like a city broken and left without walls. Proverbs 25 and 28. Shout out to you, New York Nikki. Yes, they will. They will. They will. They will. They're going to fall from grace. And it's not for us to make fun of and to celebrate, and it's not to do that. Of course, naturally, that's going to come out at times, but it's not for that reason. What this should be telling brothers like us, me and the brothers that's in the chat, the brothers that's going to be listening to the playback, the brothers that support this message, what this should be telling us, these men falling from grace, this should be telling us, right, that it's time for us to really get prepared. It's time for us to be prepared. You see? Because you could have been speaking the way you've been speaking for all these years for a reason. It's time for us to get prepared. Yep. That's what that means. We not throwing Diddy parties to make fun of him. Preparation. Because just like these men who have failed as leaders because they didn't have the right intention. Will your intention be right? Will you be prepared? If you're called, quote unquote, hmm? Nobody said you got to be called to the pulpit. Nobody said that. You might be called to stand next to a and support a great man that's there to do the work of God. You might have to do that. Are you prepared? You don't know. You got to heal, fellas. We got to heal. See? Healing gives us rest, time to prepare, time to think, time to rejuvenate. You ready? Are you ready to prepare? Because don't think all of these men are going to be dethroned and there's not going to be some men next up. See? Don't think that. Are you prepared to just be called to be a better man and to be a better brother? See, nobody's saying you gotta go be somebody a stature in the church and in religion. Nobody said that. Are you even just prepared to be a better brother, a better father, a pillar in the community? Are you prepared for that? If that's presented to you, you see, you see, it's not the big spectacular stuff that y'all think I'm talking about. No, uh-uh. Because it's a body. It's all different parts. Nobody said you're gonna be elected to be the head. You might be a finger. You might be a thumb. Don't you know you need your thumbs? Not saying you can't lose one, but you need your thumbs. You need your pointers. You need your elbow. You need an ear. Are you prepared to be that ear, that shoulder? Huh? That backbone. Hmm? Nobody said you're gonna be the head. You're gonna be the nostril. Are you prepared? Come on, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everyone for pulling up to today's show. Like I said, this 9 times out of 10, this will be the last live show of this year. But I will be having more content dropping tomorrow and Sunday. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Like I said, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. But we will continue with this conversation coming into the new year. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everyone who supported Sheep Stay Sleep TV this year. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all would like to financially support today's show. The PayPal and the Venmo is going across the screen. Support today's show, support today's message. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out. Shout out to you, Raina Woman. I appreciate you. Shout out to Raina Woman. She got me my fat suit, y'all. It's on the way. So shout out to Miss Raina Woman for that. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all my lovely visionaries for always coming through and holding me down, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. At the end of the day, it's about reciprocity, man. If I'm here to give y'all what y'all ask for, man, I gotta show that love back so I could keep going with this stuff, man. Because see, if you fuel a lie, right, then people will listen to the lie. If you fuel the truth, people will listen to the truth. And the reason why lies are heard more is because they're paid and advertised more. So put your money where the truth is. You see? Not where your interest is, because your interest could change. See, you got to be careful. Put it where the truth is. If you're here for the truth, put it where the truth is so you can keep hearing it. So more people can hear us. If you're not going to do this, then don't expect the truth to be louder than a lie. And then you can't be mad when things are the way they are. You see? So shout out to everyone. Much love. I appreciate y'all. Yes, God provides. Yes, man. Thank you, Cece. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. G. Willis. Thank you, Classy Creole, as always. I appreciate your love and your support, all the work that you do for the channel. I really appreciate it. Man, shout out to you, OG. Salute, man. Salute, salute. Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to everybody in the chat. Salute to everyone in the building. Shout out to y'all. If you have supported today's show financially, it's very much appreciated. Shout out to you guys, man. Most importantly, I appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to everyone for coming through. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Hit that like button on the way out. Share today's show. Share today's show. Share today's message, man. Share today's show. Like I said, we will be back after the new year. Stay tuned. We got some more pre-recorded content dropping. Make sure y'all go and check out, once I end this show, make sure y'all go check out my pre-record show. Make sure y'all go and check out my pre-recorded show, Whoremongering Destroys Men Part 2. Go and check that video out. Go and check that video out. It's very important. Brothers, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty, man, and stop. It's time to really stop playing games. It's time to stop horse playing, man. Shout out to everyone, man. Happy New Year's. I appreciate all the love and the support. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I love y'all, man. See y'all after the new year. God willing. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.